Hey everybody, my name is Jurdo, aka Riju, and I've started to play Eterspire for about a week and a half, and I got into a level 120, and I am really enjoying this game. So I wanted to make a video on 5 beginner tips on how to improve and streamline your beginner Eterspire experience. What is Eterspire? Eterspire is an indie MMORPG created by Stone Hollow Workshop. They are the developers, and they have a really tight-knit community in the Discord. It's a small indie MMORPG, but I'm really enjoying the stylized graphics, I'm enjoying the gameplay, I'm enjoying the combat, and I'm enjoying everything about it right now. So I'm really excited to make this video, and I hopefully find it interesting and useful. So here we go, 5 beginner tips for your Eterspire experience. Number 1 is to do your hunts. Now, if you go to the top right on the world map icon here, if you click on the world map, you'll see this paw icon on one of these sections. If you go to it, you'll be able to go start the hunt, which is essentially a hunt quest. It's a kill quest for specific monsters. So you go to find the NPC within the map that has a red paw icon at the top. You're going to talk to them, and then they're going to give you a hunt. Now you can do 4 hunts for every level. So make sure that every time you level up, you go do your 4 hunts right away, because that'll speed up your leveling process. So for this level 120 hunt, these are the rewards you get. Generally, you get rewards of the shard around your level, a rune, and some golden EXP, of course. So I'll accept. I'll have to go to the location there and kill these monsters, and then the hunt will auto-complete after I finish. So you can do 4 of these hunts per level, and again, you can find it by going to your world map. You'll have a world map. Your world map icon will have a little red paw icon on the top right if you have one available. Make sure you go to the section where it is. Go to the map and talk to the NPC. So the NPC changes depending on your level range. So make sure that you look out for that paw icon. So make sure you do your hunts, and it'll speed up your leveling process. So the second tip that I have for new players is to save your shards. Now, as you do these hunt quests, among other quests, and you progress through the story, you're going to be given quite a lot of shards. Now, all of these shards, you won't necessarily be using all of them in order to upgrade all your gear. So if you go to the tab section here, I have a lot of shards, especially emerald shards, but a lot of previous shards as well, from different level areas, level ranges. So you want to save these shards, because every 3 shards you save allow you to make one of these, which is a soul fragment. Now, soul fragments are used to upgrade things beyond level 5. So once you get something to level +5, an item, using the shard of the same level, you'll have to use a soul fragment to get it beyond +5. So obviously, as you can imagine, these are fairly in demand, and players buy these. So if you wanna also, save them for you to upgrade your own gear, or if you want to buy your own gear from other players, you can save up a bunch of soul fragments, sell them, and then buy the gear that you want. So it's very important to save all of your shards, and every single rune of these as well, all these different types of runes, even the ones that seem not so useful, like for example, the purging runes that removes random negative modifiers. Each of these can be transmogged into a shard of the same level. So it's definitely worth keeping all of your shards and all of your runes as you level up, and you'll realize that you'll actually have quite a bit of stuff and materials once you get to higher levels, especially emerald shards. Emerald shards are used to currently upgrade a lot of the end game gear, or a lot of the middle end game gear. So you want to make sure that you're saving. Again, let's say, for example, I can show you the recipe here. So if you want to turn a rune into a shard, you can just do that with any single rune, including the less useful runes. So make sure you're saving your runes to transmog into shards. Make sure you're saving your shards to transmog into soul fragments, and then you can use soul fragments to again either upgrade +5, or you can also use them for reforge runes, which allow you to re-roll the stats on your excellent gear, which is where it's only really worth it. So again, make sure you're saving up your stuff. Don't NPC things. Don't sell runes or shards or anything like that to the NPCs. Make sure you save them, because they'll come in use later on in the mid and the late game. Tip number 3 is to use the right amulet. So as you're making your way through the story, there's going to be different things you're going to do, different monsters you're going to fight, different boss monsters that you're going to start fighting. You're going to want to ensure that you're using the right amulet, which can really speed up your progress and your fights depending on what you're fighting. So for instance, these overcast crabbies that I have on my 120 hunt, I know for a fact that these guys actually stun. Which can be very frustrating to deal with at times, and will actually slow down my hunt. So if I go to to these crabbies, I'll start smacking them, and eventually I will get stunned. I promise you, I do get stunned. But my point is that if I know that these guys stun, and I know that it'll slow down my progress once one of them eventually decides to stun me, I want to make sure that I'm using the correct amulet. So in my case, I want to make sure that I'm using the resist stun amulet, especially once you get the level. There it is, right as I used it. Well, especially once you get to the level 5 amulets, those start to allow you to use them almost off of cooldown. There's very little gap between the effect duration and the cooldown duration for the higher level amulets. But my point is that you want to make sure that you're using the right amulet. So for instance, there's blind as well. If you're fighting a monster for a hunt or for a quest and it blinds you a lot, you're going to be missing during the duration of that blind debuff, and it'll slow down, it'll slow you down. These little things over time will add up and really improve your progression as you're working through the game. So cure blindness, very important. Resist stun, pretty important as well, especially when you're fighting bosses or remnants. And then lastly, if there's a slow and you can deal with a slow or a poison and you don't really care about the poison, you lifesteal it back, that's when you start putting in the fire amulet, the fire explosion amulet, just to give you a little bit of more DPS. Early on when you start playing, unless you're a guardian maybe, you're probably going to be using the heal amulet a little bit. There was a little point of time where I was using the heal amulet. You'll reach the point, especially once you get the lifesteal talent at level 35. Yes, 35. At level 35 you get the lifesteal talent, which will allow you to heal up by simply attacking, and you won't be dependent on a heal amulet, or if you're a guardian, your skill anymore. So again, if you want to ensure that you're speeding up your progress, you're doing things as quickly as possible, going through your hunts, and grinding, ensure that you're using the right amulet that allows you to bypass these debuffs, blindness, stuns, and if the monsters that you're fighting have neither, then you throw in the fire explosion amulet and boost your DPS. So my fourth tip for you starting to play Eterspire is to join a party. Now the way parties work in Eterspire are actually slightly different than most MMORPGs. You're not going to be in the same map with your party members grinding together on the same monsters. How parties work in Eterspire is that you're able to join a party and you won't even have to be in the same map in order to gain EXP, which is fantastic. So you can just simply join a party, a group of 4, parties max out of 4, join a party, and you're going to be getting a small fraction, but still a fraction of EXP that your party members are getting to you. So it's literally free EXP. There's no reason to not join a party, and all you have to do is just type in the chat. You say go to the server chat, you say looking for party, and or looking for EXP party specifically, because there are fishing parties as well. Looking for EXP party, you can join, and then someone will invite you, and or you can just start your own and say, hey, EXP party 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4 if you have a friend joining you, and then generally you keep your party full, and it's a great way of getting passive EXP. You just simply other people in your party, doesn't matter where they are, doesn't matter if they're in a different map, it doesn't matter if they're killing different stuff, you're gonna always be getting some of that EXP back to you, which again, over the course of a while during your progression, especially as you're leveling up, is gonna get you to the higher levels that much faster. So make sure you're joining a party, and it's also nice because it kind of makes you talk to people. Again, you don't have to. Again, you can you don't have to join a party at all, but all you have to say is looking for EXP party, join it, and then you don't have to say a word to your party mates if you don't want to. But if you do, then it's a great way to start interacting with people, and you start seeing the same names over quite often as you level up together, and you'll be able to maybe make some friends along the way. So it's a nice little way of getting people together to party up and get you free EXP. So there's no reason not to. It's a good thing to do. My last beginner tip for Eterspire is just to have fun. just to have fun. Don't get caught up on trying to get to, you know, the high level in order to start doing bosses. You'll get there. You know, progression in this game is fairly steady and consistent. You'll constantly be getting levels, especially as you follow these tips. You join a party, you do your hunts, and it'll set you up as you save your shards, set you up for mid game and end game, and you're gonna be doing fine. So as you level up, if you're feeling burnt out, maybe you're not feeling like, you know, doing all the hunts right now, maybe go kill some bosses, maybe do some fishing. There is fishing in this game. I'm not going through everything that this game offers right now, but there is fishing in this game, and the devs have mentioned that they plan on adding additional skills down the line. So again, you're gonna have a lot of different things to do, and if you get tired of one thing, just move on to something else, you know, and have fun. Don't make it a chore. It's a game, you know, just have fun and enjoy the game. It's honestly a cute little indie MMORPG. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The cosmetics are cool, the stylized graphics are really neat, and I think you should give it a shot if you're looking for a new mobile MMO. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.